Winter weather advisories are in effect for a majority of Siouxland, although we do have winter storm warnings for a small portion of southeastern Siouxland. Now that lasting until 6 a.m. along with our western areas. When you head farther north, though, those are expiring around 3 a.m. on Wednesday. Now looking on our Bank1st camera in Norfolk, pretty easy to see that heavy snow falling, roads covered in it. Going to continue to have that snow fall throughout the day, but the heaviest portion appears to have moved off towards the northeast, now making its way into the Sioux City metro area, and that's reflected in our road conditions. Getting live updates on this. Most of Nebraska and South Dakota seeing those completely covered conditions or partially covered. You head farther east, they're still normal, but that snow is really going to start to pile up now that the leading edge of that heavy snow is pretty much upon us. Here in Sioux City, within the next 10 to 20 minutes, we're going to have that heavy snow making its way in, and that is going to cause some issues on the roadways. Snow expected to continue throughout much of the morning. That's the heaviest portion of it. It's going to start to decrease, though, as we head into the afternoon. Along with that, we will see the chance for some freezing rain mixing in, mostly in our southern half of Siouxland, but that'll just be a light glazing on top of the snow, which is going to cause the majority of the problems. Once we get past 5 o'clock, that snow is starting to end in Sioux City, and we should be left with just cloudy skies once we get to 8. Now, behind this system, we are seeing snow left on the ground, around 4 to 8 inches potentially, with some heavy pockets developing off towards the northwest of Yankton. Majority of Siouxland, though, seeing around 3 to 6 inches. Could see some heavier amounts, though, because this is a pocketed snow system. That just means that you'll have little areas that see heavier snow only last for a little bit, but it's enough to impact our snow accumulations. Then you look farther towards the south, around 4 to 7 down towards southern Siouxland, with that chance for ice, the greatest chance when you head down there. So along with the snow, seeing ice on top, going to be a wintry mess on the roads. Make sure you leave plenty of room for those snowplow drivers to get that job done. Make sure that by tomorrow, when we have the sunshine, those roads will be more usable. We're going to see lows drop into the single digits, so whatever snow is going to be on the ground, likely going to freeze up into ice by the time we get to the new year. We've received some fantastic photos and video from the storm yesterday in Siouxland. If you have any, you can send them into SiouxlandNews.com/chime-in. And the reason why we ask for videos and photos is because this actually helps tell us a lot about the weather. The type of snow we had yesterday was known as needle snow. It looks like long, thin rods that resemble needles, but they're actually quite fragile. And what that tells us is that temperatures up at the cloud level were around 23 degrees Fahrenheit. Pretty neat how just the shape of snow can tell you what the temperature is like well above your head in the sky. Now, looking at those snow totals, you can see that many spots in Siouxland received anywhere from 3 to 8 inches, which is what the forecast was calling for. Norfolk topped out the list around 7.5 inches of snow. Other spots, mostly in Nebraska and South Dakota, seeing those numbers in and around the 6 to 7 inch range. Then you head back off towards the east, especially in northwest Iowa, saw much less snow, around 4 inches here in Sioux City. 1.5, though, over towards Storm Lake, and a bit of a dry socket with that storm. And that means that you could have any snow on the ground blow onto the roads throughout the day today. Now, we're currently seeing those road conditions listed as partially covered. Some roads, though, when you head into South Sioux City and go south from there, are listed as no travel advised. Now, one of the reasons why you're seeing some differences in reporting is because we're in Siouxland with a tri-state region. Each of the states has different ways of reporting road conditions. So the best way to keep up to date with that, of course, is to go to your station or your state's 511 website. Now, looking at today, our temperatures are going to be around 24 degrees, so the snow will stick around. We're going to have sunny skies as well, but we're going to have gusty winds, which means that we'll likely have blowing snow through the day, leading to fog developing overnight as well, as temperatures drop to around 3 for the overnight low. On top of that cold snow, it is going to be a bitterly cold night, but at least our temperatures are looking up. Next week, we are going to have much warmer conditions that'll actually lead us to much above average temperatures as we head into the new year. Our normal high this time of year is around 30 degrees, and we'll get above that starting on Sunday. And it looks like it'll last for at least the beginning of next week.